So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital
So the
revolution.
Supreme Court of South Korea confirmed its first prison term for a CEO over a worker's death, and we've got to talk about it. This comes from the Yonhap news agency, and I really didn't see this in a lot of news agencies. It seriously wasn't out and about. I saw it on Lexology, which is a really good resource for anyone who wants to know more about human resources and law in general. But so I told them that I'd seen this here, but I really didn't know, what Yonhap news agency was like. It appears that it's a fairly reputable and reliable source of news in South Korea. It's a major news agency in the country and was founded in 1980 and is South Korea's largest news agency. So, reputable story. We've got to talk about this. The CEO of Hankook Steel and Mill Company received a 1-year prison term for an industrial disaster that ultimately resulted in the death of a worker at the factory. Hankook Steel seems pretty small, frankly. It's got a capitalization of 15 million, so it's 20 billion won, and seems pretty small. Produces a lot of different steel things, such as steel parts for shipbuilding, propellers, stern, lower castings. In addition, they do frames, crowns, and slag pots, etc., as well as different things for power generation, like turbine casting, all made out of steel. So it seems to be, a relatively strong competitor. It has two factories in Gunbuk and Biopsu. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. So in 2022 came a law. It was passed in 2021, enforced on January 27th of 2022 in South Korea, and they said 50 businesses with 50 or more employees had the obligation to protect the security and safety of the workers. And what that ultimately resulted in is punishing business owners or the responsible managing officer, which ultimately was the CEO. And so the SAPA, the Serious Accidents Punishment Act, sets up a scenario or sets up requirements for setting safety and health targets and management policies, establishing a dedicated organization to oversee and manage safety and health, support for the performance of the safety and health management officer, deployment of specialized personnel such as safety managers, preparation of action manuals on measures to take in the event of serious industrial accidents. And they've done quite a bit with this specifically. In April of this year, a representative director of one company was sentenced to 1 year and 6 months in prison with 3 years suspended after a serious accident resulting in death. And so, the South Koreans have taken this very seriously, and this got taken a next step up with this most recent sentencing at Hankook Steel. This is the first time a CEO has been punished with a prison term for an employee death. And as far as I'm aware, this is one of the first times I've ever seen a CEO or someone of that level, especially for a mid-sized company, to be directly held responsible for safety incidents worldwide, right? So the name of the CEO has been withheld, but he's indicted for providing insufficient safety measures in connection with the fatal accident. There was a worker, he was in his 60s, and he died in Haman, in the southeastern county of Haman, after his legs were crushed under a 1.2 ton steel plate. And this is part of it, right? So CEOs with 50 or more companies can get 1 year of prison or potentially up to a billion won in fines for fatal on-duty disasters caused by lax workplace safety measures. So that begs, the ultimate question: what do you think about this? Now, generally speaking, the organization has always mostly been the recipient of penalties, when these type of safety incidents occurred. Of course, that's how it generally happens in the United States. But the South Koreans are taking it a step up. Do you think that this will decrease safety incidences? Will it, cause CEOs to sort of cover things up or hide things? What do you think about the fallout for this in South Korea, and should it be replicated in the United States? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.